lectures. Today I'll be taking you through administrative law, and it's a lesson of kind of importance, especially for those of you going in for concourse, particularly in NAM, and to be more precise, general administration. So join me. You would need to be very attentive, very attentive. Yes, you need to be very attentive, because there are certain things I'll be saying that will be very important. You will not want to miss it. Yes. So get your notepad, your book, and your pen, and let's get started. And if you don't have a pamphlet, get one. Okay, so we're going to be doing administrative law. Law administrative. We're going to be doing administrative law. And the topic we're going to be treating is the sources of administrative law. But before we get to the sources of administrative law, I would want to define what actually is administrative law. We have to define. We have already done general introduction to law. You know what is law. But now, what is administrative law? Yes, what are the types of administrative? What are the types of administrative law? Then we'll now go directly to what we have to talk on, the sources. The sources. That will end the class on administrative law. So now, first thing first, what is administrative law? What is administrative law? Now, when we say administrative law, we are focusing on what? The administration. And the administration refers to what? The executive arm of government. Yes. State power is divided between the judiciary, the legislative, and the executive. Now, the legislative they have as role to do what? Make law, control the government. The judiciary, they interpret these laws and pass judgment with respect to the law. What about the executive? It's the executive that care for the day-to-day need of the people. The executive, they are there to implement the law. The executive, they are there for international relations, and the greatest thing they do is what? They cater for the day-to-day need of the Cameroonian people. So, for example, when you have the Ministry of Secondary Education, it tells us that yes, secondary education is a public service, and then it falls under what? Under the executive arm of government. Okay, so now it means when we say administration, we are referring to all those people who are in the executive arm of government, from the highest, from number one. The number one of the executive is the President of the Republic, head of state, commander-in-chief of the armed forces. So that's the number one of the executive power. Now, from the President of the Republic, there's a past question. There's an past question on as simple as this: administrative authorities in Cameroon. So when you say administrative authorities in Cameroon, it's from what I'm trying to explain to you now, because we are talking about what? The executive arm of government, right from the President of the Republic to the Prime Minister, Ministers of State, Ministers, Secretaries of State, down to delegates, governors, DOs and SDOs, even down to the village, village chiefs and quarter heads, because they are the lowest degree of executive leaders. Yes. So, to understand, those are the people we are talking when we mention administration. Now, what is administrative law? The law that governs the activities of these administrators, those within the executive arm of government. That law is known as administrative law. We also have parliamentary law that defines who can become a parliamentarian, how the person can become a parliamentarian, the mandate of parliamentarians, the role that parliamentarians they will play, including their immunities, their prerogatives, their special duties. Everything is handled under what? Parliamentary law. It's not different when we talk about administrative law. We want to look at what? The organs who can form, who are those people that form the administration. Clear. What are those people that form the administration? What role do they play? What are their roles, their functions, or as we can call it, mostly you already understand it if we say job description. What role do they play? Exactly. So that is it. That's administrative law. And then, what are the types of administrative law? What are the types of administrative law? Well, that chapter 1, what's the title?
Understanding administrative law.
Okay. Understanding administrative law. That's the lesson before, sources of administrative law and so on. But as I'm talking about what is administrative law and the types of administrative law, it is under that chapter 1. Yes. Okay, now, what are the types of administrative law? There are two. There are two types of administrative law. Namely, we have the organic administrative law, and then we have the procedural administrative law. Now, the same like any other type of law, the same as any other branch of law, administrative law has two types: organic administrative law and procedural administrative law. So now, when we have any law that is defining the duties of administrators, is regulating their actions, that law is already constituting what? An administrative law. Then now, there are two types. We have organic and we have procedural. What then is organic administrative law? Or what is the organic criterion of administrative law? Organic administrative law, you can define it as what? Right. It is that law. Organic administrative law is that law. Organic administrative law is that law that defines the rights and duties of the administration. That defines the rights and duties of administrators or of the administration. That law that defines the rights and duties of the administration. So that's the organic criterion. What does it mean, the organ? From when we say organ, we mean the people, So as an administration, what is your duty? And what are your rights? Defined by the welcome. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm coming.
Okay.
Wait, it's general administration now. Well, I pick a chair and come first. You have heard? Steph, you're getting me now. Pick a chair and come first. Let's finish this session before. Good morning. morning again. Just continue from where I ended. Yes, I was talking about I was talking about the types of administrative law. Types of administrative law. And what did we say? There are two types of administrative law. We have administrative law and we have procedural administrative law. So when we talk of organic administrative law, we are looking at that law that defines the rights and duties of the administration. What about procedural? Procedural administrative law you are writing, it is that law that procedural administrative law is that law that outlines the procedures that the administration must follow. Procedural administrative law is that law that the administration must follow to achieve a particular goal. We are there now. We are there now. Good. Now, so now it means that when the law is defining a stepwise procedure that the administration needs to follow in order to complete a particular objective, that law becomes a procedural administrative law. What do I mean? For example, the procedures to obtain a land title in Cameroon is done by procedural administrative law. What does it mean? When you have to obtain a land title, you follow an administrative procedure before MINCAF. MINCAF means what? Fellow Cameroonians, my share compatriots. Let me not say it loud, because they said it's only President Paul Biya that has the right to use my fellow compatriots. Any other person says it is a crime. When we that's the Minister of Land and Water. So that's it. We have organic. You're asking me again. Organic administrative law and procedural administrative law. But how can you be in Cameroon and you don't even up to 2 minutes? Because of Nalova. Before she came, you still knew the minister. Okay, so now, straight to the point. Sources of administrative law. Sources of administrative law. You need it. Sources of administrative law. When I say you need it, it's not part of your course, it's like, yes, but this introductory part of administrative law is paramount. You need to get it. No matter what you are doing. So by the time you are doing unilateral administrative acts, it's not your own. Yes, your own is statistics now, econometrics. Wow. Okay, so something like this, it's not doing what? Like this one, public service and so on. Everybody needs to know it. You need these ideas, this knowledge in administrative law to answer questions in administrative law itself, answer questions in general knowledge and in economics. You need them. Yes. So if not, by the time they give you a question in general knowledge, imagine yourself writing for completing, let's say, 4 pages and leaving the hall. Like, okay, when results are out, the problem is that how can you write 4 pages? You mean, okay, your big one, your introduction covers, let's say, 1 page, which is small. Your big one, maybe 1 page, A and B, 1 page for big 2. Conclusion, maybe half a page for 1. It's like it's so little now. It's narrow, isn't it? So now, sources of administrative law. When we say source, what do we mean? Sources means where something can emanate, can come from. It's true now. So when we say sources of administrative law, you're asking yourself a question: where can administrative law emanate? It's not like there's a law text that is known as administrative law. The book you bought is written on it administrative law notes. Those are notes teaching you administrative law. But there's no book, okay, like Constitution. The Constitution is there. It is a full text by the Constitution. You read the Constitution. There's no book anywhere that title is administrative. So administrative law comes from different sources. So when a particular law is regulating the activities or the rights and the duties of the administration, it now constitutes already administrative law. So what are the sources of administrative law? Number 1, the Constitution. Sources of administrative law is a past question. So in this lesson today, I've mentioned that there are 2 past questions that I've mentioned. Number 1 was administrative authorities in Cameroon, a non-past question. The second one I'm mentioning now is what? Sources of administrative law, a non-past question. So just this one, sources of administrative law, is a question on its own, and a free plan for you. When you have a topic like that, sources of administrative law, what are you doing? What is your big one? National sources. What's your big 2? International sources. If you have that question and then that's not the plan you are using, then you use which plan?
I have a question.
Okay.
If you are like, they are allowed to have like different plans now, because everybody's not the same person. Like, everybody's not using the same. So it's okay. They don't like, when they're doing a mark guide, they don't like fix a standard plan now. So far as
they fix a plan that will be. It's not a let me say correction. It's a marking guide. That thing only guides the markers to mark, but your plan must
relate.
It's not really that word. It must be that same thing in another way. Meaning that you must have been able to reason the way they reason to come out with that plan. So it is true that if you give a question to 30 people, they will produce 30 different plans. But now, the idea behind those plans are the same. That's what they need. If you have something else, maybe your big one and your big 2 are entirely different, talking about something even slightly different from what is there, then Asha. That's why methodology is number 1. You can play with everything, now play with methodology. Yes. So now, sources of administrative law, we are going to take it this way: national sources and then international sources. So say national sources of administrative law, there are those sources of administrative law that emanate from laws that are being promulgated within the national territory. Within Cameroon, it can be legislation. So when we say national sources, one is national sources. Under that national sources, what do we have? Legislations. When the parliament makes laws, and those laws to regulate the activities of the administration. That becomes an administrative law. Number 2 is ordinances. What article of the Constitution empowers the Parliament to make law? Yes, Michelle.
Article 14.
Article 14 and Article 26. Good. Now, number 2, ordinances. Who makes ordinances, please? Sorry. President. Is a governor of? Okay, President of the Republic. The only one and only person that can make ordinances is the President of the Republic. Article what? Article 28. Yes, Article 28 is saying that word. However, the Parliament may empower the President of the Republic to make laws by way of ordinances for a given purpose and a limited period of time. Yes. So, for example, the land ordinance, the land law I was talking to you about, was an ordinance signed by the President of the Republic. So, it means even till today, the law that regulates the acquisition of land title in Cameroon is governed by an ordinance. Now, number 3. Circulars. Yes. Circulars are being signed by who? Ministers. Yes. So a ministerial circular from, let's say, MINA, the Minister of Territorial Administration, is applicable to all his subjects, which include, firstly, the regional or the firstly the governors, then the regional delegates of MINAC, all the SDOs and DOs, all put together. How many divisions are there in Cameroon? Cameroon got how many divisions? 58. How many subdivisions? 200 and something. It's small. How many subdivisions? It's 300 and something. Now what is that something? 369. So it means that we have 360 deals in Cameroon. You understand? We are there. Now, we have circulars. We also have what? Jurisprudence. Another name for jurisprudence is case law or judgment laws. Yes. And what again? Yes, customary laws. They are also there. Yes, customary laws are also there. A deal posted to work at in the Northwest region on Monday. You know very well that Monday is a very good day in Bamenda. Now, the mere fact that it is generally known that Monday is not a working day. On Monday, there's no text, there's no law document that is telling you that you as administrator, you as still, ne travaille pas le lundi. But because it's generally known, everybody knows that, okay, c'est comme ça, that becomes a customary law. Those are all forms of unwritten laws. Okay, now, we have international sources. So if your big one was national sources, then another big one, you can have this as A and B. A, legislations and ordinances. B, secular jurisprudence and customary laws. Or you can end it here knowing how you're going to handle customary laws. Then international sources. You said treaties. It's the same thing. International sources of administrative law. When we say international sources of administrative law, we mean those treaties negotiated out of Cameroon that are governing the affairs of the administration. They constitute what? International sources of administrative law. Here we are talking about what? International laws. Here we are talking about international institutions. Give some examples of those international laws. Number one.
Law made by other countries.
We are talking the case of Cameroon. In Cameroon, we don't apply the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We don't. Whatever happens in Gabon.
There's no homosexual marriage in Cameroon.
Yes. Yes, it's prohibited in Cameroon. It's a crime.
It's a law now.
Yes, the law prohibits it.
So that's an international law now.
The law prohibiting homosexuality in Cameroon is a legislation from the parliament, the Cameroon parliament. It's a national source, it's a national law, and homosexuality does not relate to the administration.
Okay, please give an example so I'll think.
I should give the example before you even think.
So I'll think of my own.
Okay. Now let's talk international sources. What are international sources? What are international laws that govern the activities of the administration in Cameroon?
Give one. Give one.
Pardon, big one.
Give one.
I should give one. I'm asking you a question. I'm telling you to give one.
Give one. I'll have then another time my head.
Treaties negotiated out of Cameroon, ratified by Cameroon, and that govern the affairs of the administration.
Brussels Treaty.
Open impetus in your pamphlet.
Berlin Conference.
Wow. Number one is the Universal Declaration of Human. Universal Declaration of Human.
Right.
Voilà.
The UN Charter.
You put all that together as what? International treaties.
Okay, the UN Charter now.
Of course, and the African Charter as well of human rights.
I thought I should give one. Give one and have the idea.
On your example, they will not give one there. They will just
African Charter, UN Charter, Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
No, that's not all. We are just citing. We have just started with that one.
That's all.
How are these international sources of administrative law? Once, okay, these are international treaties that have already been ratified by Cameroon. Now, yes.
Find international treaties from for example,
I've seen impetus. Go right far.
For example, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
Yes.
These are international treaties that govern the laws in Cameroon.
Come again.
These are
No, sir.
international laws or treaties that govern people and their decisions here in Cameroon.
Not really.
Like, let's say Universal Declaration of Human Rights, for example. It's something international treaty that Cameroon belongs to.
Yes.
So like if there's something that let's say is written in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights for a particular
Yes, hold on.
case.
Here you have what? Important laws in Cameroon. The Constitution, criminal law. Here, what do you need to know? The name of the law, or possibly just the title of the law. Can even from the title, the name is clear now. The law title, the law number, and what the law talks about. It's important. Do not sit to cram it. Use it to answer questions. Then you will know it forever. What you need to do is that don't take this book and then sit to learn important laws in Cameroon and so on. But when you're answering a question, come here. Now they have spoken about electoral disputes. You want to find those institutions and those laws related to what? Elections. When you come here, you will see something, this election here already. This in this anti-corruption. If it was human rights, this National Commission in Human Rights and Freedom, law number 2004 by 016 of 27. So, the Constitution, Penal Code. Okay, from there now, major institutions in Cameroon. Then, national institution. Okay. National institutions in Cameroon. They are internationals. Are you studying the book page by page or year by year? Or section by section? Or as the Spirit leads you?
As the Spirit leads you.
Where your chi says, okay, page 14. 14. Okay, let's continue. Newly ratified treaty. The framework Cameroonian Constitution affirms it what attachment toward the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the African Charter, and the United Nations Charter, and all duly ratified treaties. Where can I find that inside Constitution?
Duly ratified treaties.
Yes. We affirm our attachment to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the African Charter, and the United Nations Charter, and all duly ratified treaties. This is a statement in the Constitution. Where? Is found where in the Constitution?
The Constitution is the same as articles.
Yes. The Constitution has articles.
It's found in the preamble.
It's found in the preamble now. It's found in the preamble. Okay. So, national sources. Come back here. The number one national source, I said it, I did not write it, is the Constitution, right? Yes, I said it. Maybe you people wrote it. I did not say it.
No, you said it.
I said it here. The first national source is from the Constitution. Remember, the Constitution is the ground.
Source of administrative law is the Constitution.
The first source of administrative law.
Nationally.
Yes. Yes, it's the Constitution. The Constitution is that law that creates state institutions, organizes their functioning, protects human rights and freedom. So it is a source, it constitutes a source of administrative law. Is it not the Constitution that gives the power of the president? He shall be a symbol of national unity. He shall be the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. He shall protect the integrity of the state. Those functions, it means what? As you are reading down, those ones constitute what? Organic criterion of administrative law, because it is giving his rights and duties. Yes. Now, at one point you would see, let me tell you the statement. So you tell me which article it is found there. So at one point in the Constitution, you hear that the President of the Republic, before promulgating a bill into law, may refer the matter to the Constitutional Council for to test the constitutionality of the law. Article what? Article.
Test the constitutionality of the law.
Before promulgating bill into law, the President of the Republic may refer the matter to the Constitutional Council. Now, who promulgate bills into laws in Cameroon? Parliament pass bills. Who promulgate them? Judiciary, what do? They interpret the law and they pass judgment. Now, who promulgate the bill to become a law?
The president.
President of the Republic. So it means that after bill has been passed by parliament, the bill is now forwarded to the office of the President of the Republic. It is the President that actually promulgates the bill by signing. It now becomes a law. And the Constitution provides that if the President does not promulgate that bill within the time frame given and stated by law and has not referred the matter to the Constitutional Council or requested for a second reading, the bill will come back to the National Assembly. And the President or the House Speaker of the National Assembly has the capacity to promulgate that bill. He can now promulgate it. Meaning that
about bill. B-I-O-L.
B-I-L-L. Yes. Before it becomes a law, it is first of all a bill. It becomes a law after promulgation. We are okay now. So number one, Parliament passed the bill. And bills shall be passed by what? Simple majority. So when they propose a bill that, okay, let's make a law or let's amend this particular law, they will pass a vote. The Parliament, they will vote. Now, the majority, if the majority is for that, then they'll send the bill has been passed. They'll send it to the President. We are okay. Now, reaching the office of the President of the Republic, the President has three things he can do. Tell me, what is number one? We said that basically. When the President receives a bill from the Parliament, what's the first thing he does? He can do. He has three things.
Road, subsidy.
Come again. A bill has reached the President. Yes. From the Parliament. We can call it a law. Now, the President is that person that can promulgate the bill to become law. What are three things that the President can do when he receives a bill?
You can look at it to see if it's valid.
The president can either promulgate it.
Number one, the president can promulgate it. So when he receives, the first thing he can do is that he can simply just, after looking at it, he simply signs and send it back. It's already a law. After signing, it is being published in official gazette in English and in French. The Constitution guarantees that all our laws are in English and French. Okay. Number two, if he doesn't promulgate,
He can annul it.
He can annul it. I would not like to use that particular phrase, annul it. The president cannot annul the bill, because when we say annul it, it means he cancels it now. Yes, he cannot, he does not have that power.
Amen.
Yes. Amen. I would not still want to use it. The Constitution states number two, Marie-Noël. Number two, if the president does not promulgate the bill directly, what does he do? Okay, let me answer the question. You want to talk? Yes, you want to say something? Say it. Okay. Now, when the president receives a bill, number one, he can promulgate the bill. Number two, he can refer the matter to the Constitutional Council. I'm just from saying it here. The Constitution provides that he may send it to the Constitutional Council to do what? Test the constitutionality, because the Constitution is the ground norm. What's the meaning of ground norm?
Highest law.
Highest law, the biggest law, the greatest law.
Hans Kelsen.
Hans Kelsen's theory of law now. The Constitution is the ground norm. So, if there is any law that is against or violating any article of the Constitution, that law is unconstitutional and should not be promulgated. So when the president is saying that, okay, this law like that, are we sure it doesn't go against the Constitution? He does not have the power to cancel it. He will send it to the Constitutional Council. Now it is the Constitutional Council that can do two things. They can cancel the law, or the two things, they can either accept it that it is constitutional or decline. Now, if they decline, what can they do? Cancel it. They will not promulgate that law, that bill. Or they can cancel it the part of the law that violates the Constitution. or they cancel all. It's okay.
What's the meaning of promulgate?
Enact. Yes. Okay. So what I'm saying is that when you say that the president promulgate bills into law here means that when the parliament pass their laws or pass their bill, from that moment it is not called law. It is known as a bill. A bill passed by parliament. It becomes a law only when the president promulgates it just by way of signing a signature. Simply promulgate that bill.
But can you reject it?
He cannot reject it. He cannot reject it. Number one, we said he can promulgate, right? Number two, he can send it to who? Constitutional Council. We have dealt with that. Number three, he can request for a second reading. When we say a second reading, so meaning he cannot receive a bill and say he will never pass this law in Cameroon, never. And he states no. It is either he promulgates it, or he sends it to the Constitutional Council, or he sends it back to the Parliament for a second reading. Now, if the bill comes back to the Parliament for a second reading, all the Parliament, they will sit in Congress, meaning that when they say in Congress, when they say Parliament meet in Congress, it means National Assembly plus the Senate. Yes. Then now, they will, in that case, bill now is going to be passed by what? 2/3 majority. Take note of that. You people are not reading your constitution. When it comes back for a second reading, National Assembly and Senate, they will all sit. Now, they are going to vote again. They need a 2/3 majority. Meaning that it's not just simple majority. Simple majority means that, okay, when they meet in Congress, there are 280 in number. Right? 100 senators, 180 parliamentarians. That makes 280. Now, normally, the side that has more than 140, let's say 141 and above, that's already simple majority. But they need a greater majority of 2/3 majority when the bill has come for a second reading from the President of the Republic. So now, in case they get 2/3 majority, they sign it. It becomes a law, not over the president. So those are the three things the president can do.
Also, the president, what happens if the president takes the bill and keeps for 10 days, like he doesn't make it after? It's not part of rejection.
That is what I wanted to mention. And I said it here that if the president does not act, he receives the bill, he does not promulgate it. He does not send to the Constitutional Council. He does not request for a second reading. He has just been silent. What will now happen is that the bill will return to the National Assembly. By saying it, I remember I said it here this morning. And now it is the House Speaker of the National Assembly that will promulgate the bill into law. Meaning what? The President of the National Assembly. What's the name? The current Speaker of the National Assembly is who? Wow. Do you know? At least you would have said Kabaye again before I'll tell you that no, it's not this.
I'm not that man has come myself, maybe just go and sleep. Yes.
The most honorable Dato Theodore is the current House Speaker of the National Assembly. It's okay now. So when the president is silent on a bill, the bill returns to the National Assembly, and the National Assembly have that power too. The president of the National Assembly has that power to promulgate the bill. Yes. So he can come back and stay silent. Okay, since the president was silent, it's okay. But he can come back and he decides to. So that is it. Back here, international sources of administrative law. We have international treaties. All international treaties. There's a treaty that was signed between Cameroon and Nigeria. The treaty was signed particularly in Nigeria. Okay, it was to resolve a conflict between Nigeria and Cameroon. It already formed part of what international treaty. I'm setting that as an example. It forms international treaty already. It already forms an international law signed by both parties, Nigeria and Cameroon. The conflict is resolved. It was on top oil and natural gas. Cameroon wanted to die small oil. So in general, if you hear about Greenland, there's an agreement between Nigeria and Cameroon. Okay. So there are a lot of international treaties. Okay, even now, here and there, you hear there's this ambassador that they have signed this. The president of the republic has ratified this, has entered into an agreement with this country. Those are international laws. Once entered into, the administrators concerned, they act in conformity with that law because it already forms part of administrative law. So these are international treaties. And finally, we have what? International organizations. Tell me some of those international organizations that regulate the affairs, the activities, the rights, and the duties of the administration. Number one is the United Nations. The United Nations, and it is important to know that for any state to be a member state of the United Nations, a sovereign state. What is a state? What is a state?
A state is an organized, it is an organization, sorry, organized.
What is a state?
Wait now, it has territory, it has people, it has a government, and it has sovereignty.
A state is a geographical area in which a population live and are under the control of a
Sovereign government.
So,
Geographical area.
yes, that geographical area is the territory of the state. People are population of the state. Government is the state government, and sovereignty is what I'm talking about here. To be a member of the UN, you must be a sovereign state. So the quick way to know if a state is sovereign or not, is it a member of the UN? Then it's a sovereign state. Cameroon is a proud member. The president of the 79th edition of the United Nations was His Most Excellency who? Moyamna. And he was a Cameroon. He's even our former prime minister now. Yes. And now the Grand Master of National Orders. Yes. At the presidency of the Republic. He's the one now that's awarding those Order of Valor to people. The Knights of the Order of Valor. When National Day is coming, prepares those people that have been promoting national unity, that have been promoting development and so on, and give them that award. Given to administrative officials, security officials, defense forces, administrators, judicial forces, and even organizations. Okay, so another one, you have the African Union, even FIFA. FIFA is for football now. Yes, but do you know that it is an international organization that also affects or regulates the affairs of the administration? The big answer is yes. CEMAC is a regional integration, right? Yes. How many states form the CEMAC region?
5.
6. Okay, name your 5. Let me add one.
Cameroon.
Yes.
Central African Republic.
Yes.
Chad.
Yes.
Congo.
Yes.
Gabon.
Yes.
That's 6. Equatorial
Guinea Equatorial. Then why did you say 5? And our country, Cameroon, is the main resource provider in the CEMAC zone. ENAM also takes in CEMAC candidates. That means candidates from the CEMAC zone. They'll launch it. Cameroonians cannot write it again. This one is for Cameroonians. When you launch that one, Cameroonians cannot write. Then when they come and write here in Cameroon. When they come, they write and finish, they do their oral on that same day before they go back and wait for the result. Right? Cameroonians, okay, when you write, they know you're in Cameroon. Living from Norway to come here, it's not too far. You wait, the result come out, you have for oral. Alright. So that's it when we talk about the sources of administrative law, and I've extended the lesson dealing into a small introduction to the administrative law itself and its type, and certain constitutional issues. I'll end with small questions. I'll end with a few questions to close this session. People continue different course. How are you? Sleepy in class. Okay, you study nights. Wow. Okay. What's the mandate of the Cameroon president?
7 years review.
7 years renewable. It was not your question. Now, since you have answered yours, what can cause vacancy at the presidency of the republic? Death. Resignation.
Yes.
3. Feminine.
Inactivity.
In what?
Capability.
Yes.
Is that the word they use?
Capacity. Incapacity. The constitution says permanent incapacity. Yes. Admitted by the Constitutional Council. I spoke on this online one day, and I was saying that it is not anybody that has the power to declare that the president is permanently incapacitated. It's the Constitutional Council. Because a lot of people will say the president is this, the president is that, he's incapacitated, he's this and that. Are you the Constitutional Council? The answer is no. You are not the Constitutional Council. So you cannot declare that he's permanently incapacitated. All that we know very well is that he is strong and healthy, and he's carrying out state duties. What is your problem? Question. What is the mandate of the Vice President of the Republic? It's not your question. What's the mandate of the Vice President?
Oh, it's not. It's
2 years. 2 years. 2 years. Not.
the mandate.
Yes.
It's 5 years.
5 years. 5 is not. What's the mandate?
4 years.
Sorry, he has no mandate.
Vice President.
But it's fewer than the mandate of the president.
Yes. He has no mandate because he shall serve for a mandate not more than that of the president. So it means that he can serve up to 7 years. It can never be more than the mandate of the president. That's the only limitation. So there's nothing like a 2 years mandate, 4 years mandate, no. But once appointed, he can be dismissed at any time. But he can never be in office except the mandate of the president. It cannot be done. When last was the Cameroonian Constitution amended?
2026.
Law number.
April 2026.
Law number. When last was the Cameroon Constitution amended?
I think law number 11 April 26.
Law number 2026 bar
11.
bar 04.
4.
No.
Was April now? Was February?
Yes, April. Yes, April.
4 now.
01.
What is according to him one? It's according to him one.
No, it's not like that.
After that, and deputy laws according to a date to 9 years.
That's what I said. 2026 bar now.
About 04.
No.
The 01 from where?
I'm sure it's in the constitution.
No.
All right. So, how many how many parliamentarians are in Cameroon?
280.
20. How many lawmakers are in Cameroon?
Nigeria can only be the same people there now.
Yes, 20 now.
280. No, my.
That's why I asked the question again now. Okay, 280. How many elected members are there at the House of Senate?
70.
70 elected. 30 appointed by who?
The government, pressure of the
President. Okay. So, you always continue with different course. Maybe I don't know so. Yesterday. You started with constitutional law. You did constitutional law for 1 week. No, nothing, no change, only constitutional law. We have done political regimes now.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes. Now you can take any topic now can come in.
When we do statistics. Let me
I'll just you. Yes.
Statistics and maths. Okay.
For price weight and measure, statistics and metrics. I'm going to gist you.
You're going to gist her.
That first doing some simple talk with them. I saw
You say sim.
She's a math student.
Because you have seen that combination, permutation.
Yes, permutation, combination.
Okay. So
in constitutional, the like fundamental law, the state is rule and organization, the parliamentary system